What's up, ghosties? This episode is sponsored by Angel Studios. Who is that?
Well,
You'll find out.
Yeah.
Brad, I am rich. And, I'm gonna be richer.
Yeah, you are, brother.
The night I got engaged to be wed,
I was there.
friend, it was your ring.
Yeah. You gotta be there for your ring.
Friend Garrett Gibson told me, he's like, hey, really excited for you, but also I need to tell you about something. FanDuel, this like sports betting app, has a place in their app where you can be betting and competing in things for real money that are not sports. They're like little like games, like Bejeweled basically is on there, like Tetris is on there. You can gamble real money against real people playing these like knick-knack, patty whack, give a dog a bone game.
Give a Jake, hundred bone.
Give a Jake a buck.
Is it? Yeah. Okay. I have lots of questions.
And so
go ahead.
The thing he was so excited for me about was, for whatever reason, I feel like occasionally on this podcast, I will talk, I try to show a lot of humility and I try to acknowledge that I don't know much and I'm not good at much. I'm just doing my best here. But there are a few things that I weirdly feel like something about it. I feel talented in this area. Everyone has those things, right? For you, it would be clapping in odd numbers. Snapping in triplets. Yeah. Or what else would yours be? ACT scoring.
Yeah. ACDC every time.
Anyway, I think one of the other ones have been passing a volleyball. Compared to other heterosexual men. Okay. That one has a little stipulation to it. Okay. This one doesn't have a stipulation. This is a long intro. Basically, it's the game Boggle, but like a digital version of the game Boggle. It came out when we were in college. It was called like Scramble with Friends, like Words with Friends.
Oh yeah, it was a big game of mine for when I was studying abroad in Spain.
Yeah, so Scramble with Friends. There's a bunch of iterations of that game. It's basically like you get a block of letters and you are just trying to like connect letters to make words as quick as possible. That style of game, for whatever reason, just like does well with my brain. It's nothing I'm doing. I feel like it's all just the wiring. And Garrett remembers this, and because they used to, and Garrett reminded me of this, I'd kind of forgotten, but people would gather around in college to watch me play this game. And so Garrett was so excited because he's like, Jake,
crazy college.
You can win money playing this game that you are great at. And I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot about it until yesterday.
Wow. And
so I start, it's a little different. This is a Scrabble Face Off or something like that.
Oh, okay. It's sponsored by Scrabble though.
Yeah. All rights reserved.
Yeah. And the sponsor of today's show, actually.
Yeah. Hasbro.
Yeah.
I don't know. Milton Brad. I don't know. Nabisco.
Yes, Nestle, I was going to say. But yeah, it was Nabisco.
Basically, I'm trying to just set up the scene here where I got so excited. I started playing Scrabble, and I win the first one. I play a free game just to get my feet wet, and I do really well. I demolish this guy.
Okay.
And then I see I could play a 60-cent game, a $3 game, or a $20 game.
I don't know.
These are my only options. You can't
really
submit how much you want to play. It's like a 60-second.
It goes from 3 to 20.
Yeah, 60 cents, $3, or $20. But I see in like the
random
things, it says that like you will be paired with someone of a similar skill level. Like,
and you're brand new.
If we're doing skill-based matchmaking, now is when the harvest is most plentiful.
It's like you've never played Fortnite before.
Yeah.
On this
I made a new account.
Yeah.
And so
perfect.
I dove right in. Second game ever, $20 games on this stupid Scrabble game. And we just start raking it in. $20 by $20. It got to a point where I don't know what happened, but there was no one left to play. I don't think this is a real popular game because I would finish my round and then instead of seeing if I won or lost, it would say like waiting for opponent. So it's like, I don't know. There's just not enough people out there. So I moved on. Sorry, this is where I'm going with this whole story.
Okay.
Because one of the other aspects of FanDuel Face Off is Wheel of Fortune. Just classic Wheel of Fortune. I gotta say, I've actually lost a few of the word games. I am undefeated in $20 Wheel of Fortune.
Really?
So this is just PSA. There is money to be made.
Guys, it's out there.
On FanDuel Face Off. $20 games. It's so electric doing $20 Wheel of Fortune. I did actually lose my first game this morning. It was in the bonus round. It was when they give you, all right, we've given you RSTLNE.
Yeah.
LNE.
Sure.
And it was 2 words, and the category was just thing. And I had B blank LL.
Okay.
And the next word was like WEE blank IL.
W-E-E blank.
And so I was like,
Boll weevil.
yes. And you know what I typed? B-U-L-L.
Bull.
Yeah, that was a bull weevil. That was like a male weevil. So
You mess with the bull, you get the weevils.
Yeah.
Ooh, I think this tight beat means that it's going down with some random thoughts and white meat too. Midwest best friends eating fast food on repeat. So come along, let's have some fun and go ahead, get on your feet, cause it's the Ghostrunners podcast. Every Monday morning we're taking back Ghostrunners podcast.
Episode 186, Jake and Brad. One of us is Rich. The other one just got back from South Dakota. And remind me again, what was it, like a hunting trip?
Oh my gosh, yes, that's right. It was hunting, wasn't it?
Was it? Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty into it all of a sudden.
Really?
Yeah, I just can't get enough of the thing.
Guys, we're in a new studio, by the way.
Yeah,
not
check it
the
out.
finished studio, but Rachel finally fully moved into her new house and her new bedroom. So we moved out of there.
By herself.
Yes, we're in a different part of the house, in the Promise House. So check
Yes.
it out. But yeah, Brad, how was South Dakota?
Oh my gosh, guys. It was awesome. It was so much fun.
Did you have to buy a lot of like hunting gear, or did you just kind of like hunt and whatever?
Yeah, no, I didn't have to buy as much. I really thought I was gonna have to like go all out for this thing. Oh wait, you're setting it up. Check it out, YouTube.com. Check it out,
No,
guys.
pretend that didn't happen.
No.
Yeah.
No one knows. No one knows.
You thought you were going to have to go all out, but the thing is,
But the thing is, they provided a lot of it for me.
I thought you were going to say, I just kind of hunted in normal
But just
clothing.
honestly, it's just like what I wear every day. pretty
Street
much.
clothes.
I mean, it's the same thing. I honestly, like, I always tell people I'm the same guy when I'm podcasting as I am when I'm hunting. Right?
I'm pheasant hunting. I'm podcasting.
You wouldn't know the difference.
I'm a husband and a father.
You know,
All in one outfit.
This is my pajamas. This is my hunting outfit. This is my podcasting outfit. All in one. It was genuinely like the most fun. It was so fun. It was so fun.
I've heard you talk about it. We've been with a lot of friends and Trey and everyone has been asking. And so I've heard you say it a lot, but yeah, it just sounds awesome. You want to go.
I really can't emphasize enough like how enjoyable it was for so many reasons. So yeah, it was up in South Dakota. I drove up there and Catherine was like, I bet that's going to be such a pretty drive. Nope, not really.
Why did Catherine think that, I wonder?
I think she thinks that South Dakota is some magical place.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a lot like Kansas and Iowa. I'll tell you that much. I mean, it was pretty. But it wasn't. She was like, maybe there's gonna be like some mountainous areas. I was like, no, nothing like that.
Yeah, I-29 through Iowa didn't have any
Didn't
mountainous
see
regions.
much.
Yeah.
No, yeah. But no, it was great. We drove up there. I get there, and I genuinely had never met, or I had talked to the guy that invited me on the phone once, I believe. And then we had texted quite a bit back and forth. But I mean, I had no idea what I was, getting myself into, and kind of similar to other situations in my life, but just like a great, I don't know, just a life reminder to me and to anybody else out there listening, like how valuable it is when you find a group of people that are very welcoming. Like, because I just didn't know any of these people, and so many of them knew each other already, like had connections to each other. So they could have easily just been like, let's just hang out with each other. Let's catch up. We don't see each other very often. And instead they were like so good at like getting to know me, wanting to talk to me. And yeah, it was just so awesome.
Remind everyone again, like how you got here.
Yes, that's such a fun thing. I'm going to take off these hunting glasses. But yeah, basically the guy, Scott was his name. Scott, not Scott Sell, Scott Bass, from Asheville, North Carolina. He was like, man, I listened to all these heavy, like deep podcasts. Then basically he was like, I'm just looking for something that's not, is way more lighthearted than that. And so he said he just searched on the podcast app one day, comedy podcasts, read a bunch of them, and decided to listen to ours and like got really into it and was like, you're a dad, you're a father. I get that, would love to help you, make connections and maybe you could come on this hunt. And so he called me one day and he's like, hey, I need you to do, or I was wondering if you could make these, like a woodworking project, making all these different things for him. He's like, and by the way, do you want to come hunting? And it was one of those things where like, even throughout the weekend, people were like, I can't, why'd you say yes to this?
Yeah.
Like, and it was like, I didn't even think that much about
Because you
saying
don't
yes or
know
not.
anyone. You
Don't know
don't go
anyone.
hunting. And
Correct.
it's in South Dakota in the winter.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I think I just thought it would be a fun story and a fun
Yeah.
experience. And like, and how often do you get to do this kind of thing? Like, I don't think I've ever been invited hunting in my life. And I'm like,
But the people you went hunting with were probably pretty ho-hum, right? None of them had like top hits in like the contemporary Christian music genre. If I just,
I mean, yeah, you would think like, yeah. So I heard like, oh yeah, this guy that, is the president of Compassion International is going to be there. I was like, who cares?
that doesn't do it for me.
Oh, this guy who's like the president of the Tim Tebow Foundation, he'll be there too. Yeah, who gives a rip? Yeah. Yeah, and then all of a sudden we get there. I mean, so many just guys who have done amazing ministry-minded things were there. And then they're like, oh, and by the way, Stephen Curtis Chapman's coming for a day. And I was like, there's probably not that many Stephen Curtis Chapmans in the world, but just to be sure, like the musician,
the one, my co-host first concert. Is that
Yeah.
the same one?
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember that.
In Kansas City.
Oh, that's awesome.
First concert ever.
Yeah, man. So the main like leader of this thing was a friend of Stephen's, from like all the 80s and 90s. He's a Christian music artist himself named Jeff Moore.
Jeff with the G.
Jeff with a G. He had a band called Jeff Moore in the Distance. And apparently Jeff with a G wrote a lot of Stephen with an S's songs back in the day.
Jeff with the G probably should have been his like band name, and more people would have known about him.
Jeff with the G would have been
I like that.
great.
Yeah.
I
And then he could tell people it's like, the biggest G of all is God. He would do
Ooh.
that like in between songs.
Everyone
and stuff.
thinks my name starts with a J, but you know who else is a big J? Jesus.
My
Do you
name ends in an F.
Yeah.
You know what's better than F? Well, 2 for Jeff. Or Faithful Father.
Oh, okay. Okay. My last name is Moore. And you know what you can't get more of? No, like, let me start again. My last name is Moore.
Okay.
And you know what? You're all, how do
We
I
can't get more of helium.
No.
Was that going to be the answer?
No, it's going to be God.
Okay.
The Heavenly Father's love.
Why you say you can't get more of it? You should say grace.
But you can't, their grace abounds. I know, right? Like I'm trying to think of how. So my band's name is Jeff Moore in the Distance. And you know who went the distance for us and our sins? Jesus.
It's Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, check out our YouTube video about trendy youth pastors.
Yeah, be one of the first people to watch it.
Was it really that bad?
No, it's not that bad.
Oh yeah, we had so much fun with that one. We were kind of bummed it didn't do greater, but no. Anyway, the hunt, it started off hot. I mean, yeah, just so many fun people were there, and people were very welcoming, very kind, and from all over, all over the United States, which was cool. And yeah, so the first day we get, like the first full day that we're there, here. Pheasant hunting is so cool, and maybe other hunters are going to like scoff at some of this, but that's fine because I'm a hunter now.
Let them scoff.
So go ahead and scoff. I'll scoff right back because we're on the same playing field, baby. Here's what I thought of back before I've been on this trip about hunting. I thought you have to get up really early. It's really, really cold and miserable, and you just have to sit there all day and be quiet.
Yeah, deer hunting, anything where you have to be stationary in the cold sounds really brutal.
Correct, which is why I've never had the desire to hunt. And then I learned that pheasant hunting is essentially the opposite of all those things.
The deer hunt you.
Yeah.
Wait, I've never been.
Just come right towards you.
I've never been. I'm
and
just
you
guessing.
try to find birds in the process. We didn't even start going outside until 10 a.m. And the first thing we do is shoot clays. And
you kind of warm up. You do like layup lines for hunting?
Yes, dude.
No way. You shoot clays before you go out and hunt.
This was I'm telling you, bro, you would love this whole thing.
I like the idea of warming up to hunt. I can't just go out there cold.
No way. Absolutely. Oh, that was honestly, it wasn't my favorite part, but that was such a fun joy. So the very first day, it's South Dakota. I mean, and a cold snap just hit the United States, I feel like. So everything's cold, but South Dakota, no surprise, is a little bit colder than everywhere else. So I think it's like 11 degrees outside.
Fahrenheit?
Fahrenheit. Yes.
Got it.
And it is, just like beautifully light flurrying outside. Like it's kind of a gloomy day with some snow falling down. We're walking through, the South Dakota fields. I'm bundled up. And so I'm like warm, like it's very pleasant outside. And we get down to this like clay range and there's like 5 stalls. Okay. And then, and so like they're like, all right, like let's have some veterans come up and show, some of these new guys how it's done.
Oh, thank you for your service.
Yeah. Stolen valor, because it's not those kind of veterans. Let's have some guys who are experienced come up there. And, you would love this, dude. I'm telling you. Like the clays, they had probably like 10 different locations from where they could shoot these clays. Like they were all battery powered.
Sounds like something on FanDuel Face Off.
It was awesome. So they'd be like, all right, here's the first one. It's going to go this way. And then, they say, all right, first one up. And then you go, pull. And it would shoot off. Boom. And he nails it. Because all the experienced guys went first. And so it's like the snow's falling down. We're like, cold. These guys are just nailing these clays. I mean, they probably hit 15 of them in a row before any of them missed. And it was just amazing.
Wow.
Like, it was so fun. And then eventually, like, once you're getting a little bit more calibrated, they do one where they shoot 2 clays at once. Yeah. So you try to get both of them, before they fall. It was like, I was like, this is already so fun.
That is impressive. The first gun I ever shot was clay shooting, and I got it on the first one. Yeah. And I was like, this is great. And then I missed the next 9. Yeah. But I got the first one.
I hit my first one of the day as well. And, people knew that I was a first-time hunter, but I'd shot guns before. And I'm somewhat athletic, so I think I could track something like that. But everyone like hooped and hollered for me, like, and
hooped and hollered.
Woo!
Yeah, there's both.
Hoop. I like the idea of like whoop.
What was that? I hooped.
I was hooping.
I was hooping. Well,
somebody else hollered, so I figured I'd take the hoop.
When you said first time hunter, that gave me an idea. What if we start doing more like the first time golfer video? Obviously for mood swings works really well.
Yeah.
But like that format for other things, like first time hunter, first time like road tripper, first time anything. You just play this idiot character.
Yeah.
That could be a premise right there.
Oh, I think that's a great idea.
Yeah. First time hunter.
First time hunter. Like, yeah. Scott even was like, Scott Bass, you guys need to do this, like a hunting video. And I was like, yeah, I'm definitely getting material for this right now.
Yeah. Do you have anything you could wear though to do it?
I could probably go to Goodwill or something and find something.
Good.
I don't know.
Good. Do you want to explain to everyone what a pheasant is if they don't know?
It's a bird in South Dakota. I just
didn't even know it was a bird. I think I would have thought some sort of like.
You didn't know it was a bird?
No.
Oh, really? Okay.
I don't know. A pheasant seems more like what am I looking for? Like a vermin to me.
That'd be fun to hunt some vermin.
I thought they were just like big, like overgrown, what is that word? It's the things, they're not squirrels, but people do domesticate them. They're in like little cages and boxes. Like not muskrat. What are the little animals?
Possums?
No. People like have these as pets. They stink bad.
People don't have possums?
No.
Hamsters.
No, they're big. They're like there's
mole rats.
Longer than a squirrel. Rachel, do you know what I'm talking about?
What's longer than a squirrel?
It's like a brown pet that smells bad. It's
a ferret.
Ferret.
You lived with one?
Yes, its name was Onion.
Onion.
It was gross. It would nibble at your feet and poop everywhere.
Nibble at your feet and poop everywhere.
Okay. Well, I think because ferret and pheasant sound the same, maybe that's why I associated them.
That's what you thought he was killing?
Well,
I don't think he truly.
Rachel's roasting me. I didn't know that a pheasant was a bird. In Missouri, we don't have pheasants. In Kansas City, guess what? Johnson County, no one's ever like, hey, you want to... Sorry, Jake, I don't remember. Can you have pheasant? Is it red meat? I don't know. No one talks to me about pheasant ever.
Fair.
Fair with the PH.
Yeah. It is just a regular, I don't know how to describe it. It's a bird. It's like kind of like a...
You've seen birds.
Like, you know what a quail looks like or a dove?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a small bird.
It's a smaller bird. It's smaller than a turkey, bigger than kind of like a chicken, honestly. Like kind of like a...
Oh, well, that's bigger than a dove.
Yeah, dove was the wrong word. Quail. We'll go with quail.
Okay.
Anyway, but you're only supposed to shoot the roosters, like the male versions of them.
Got it.
And there were a few times where some people shot the hens and people got upset. Wasn't me. Wasn't me. No, but the strategy is so interesting. I could talk a whole episode about the hunt.
The hunt.
You know, so like there's like the strategy basically. Pheasants are really, really good at just hiding themselves in fields. And when they sense somebody is coming, they don't fly away right away. They want to like just run throughout the fields. And so that's why the dogs themselves were like so important to have like these great hunting dogs.
It's truly fight or flight, like a literal flight.
Literally, yeah.
And they choose run. They choose the third option.
Yeah, they choose to run away from the fight. And so what happens is like you start on one edge of a field and like a bunch of people kind of form a U shape and start slowly walking through the field with these dogs, like hunting and like trying to sniff them out and stuff.
I would like to be next to the dogs.
It's so fun when the dog comes near you because you're like, he's gonna get one, and then he stops and he just points at. He literally like points his nose, and you're just waiting there for a second, and then he moves closer.
The
to
dog
it.
knows before you do where the pheasants are by smell or by sight.
Probably both. Those dogs are amazing, dude.
I mean, we got dogs sniffing out diabetes, so I don't put anything past dogs anymore.
I mean, these dogs were incredible.
I would like to see a dog tell me if a pheasant has diabetes.
It's a dog doctor. Yeah. Dr. Dog.
Just going around sniffing things like this tree's about to die. You know, this needs to be watered. Anything is sniffed around like, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, these dogs like, yeah. And they had these collars that had noises on them. And so like the guides would,
What?
Yeah. So you hear this like beeping as they're like flying through the field. Like these dogs.
Oh, that way you could follow the dogs.
Well, no. That way, you know where, like the owners will sometimes press the button and it'll make a certain noise. And that means dog, come back to me right now. You're getting too far away or something. Or if the dog stops and is in one place too long, there's a different like little tone that it makes, like a lower tone. So it's all of a sudden it's going from beep, 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 beep. And then all of a sudden a rooster just flies up.
Wow.
Everyone yells, rooster, rooster, boom, boom. And then the dog goes and retrieves it and you just feel like $1 million.
This is top of the food chain type stuff right here.
Brother, it is so fun.
Like sometimes when I see like a woman like cleaning up her dog's poop in a park and I'm like, where have we gone as a humanity? We are no longer at the top. But when I hear about this, we got noises, collars, dogs in place, all helping us just shoot a chicken we're not even going to eat.
We do eat them eventually.
Do you?
Yeah.
What'd you have for lunch today?
Today I had chicken. But I'll have pheasant eventually.
A rooster pheasant.
Rooster pheasant. But okay, so anyway, all these people, you know, in a U shape are walking like from one end of the field. On the other end of the field, they call them blockers, just people that are waiting so that if eventually you flush this pheasant all the way to the edge, the pheasant's been avoiding everybody for so long.
Oh, boy.
All of a sudden they see, they're like, there's no way out. We got to fly. They fly up in the air, then you just mow them down. So
mow them down. Beaches of Normandy.
Yeah. And so the very first, like, they're like, if you guys are first time hunters, maybe be a blocker the first time just to kind of figure out how to do everything. So I was like, okay, that's
if anyone blocked in high school.
Yeah. If you're a tackle back in the day, maybe even a guard. So I was blocking and I was like, it was like 10 minutes of like, I'm not doing anything. I'm just standing in this field.
Oh, you'll get your reward though.
Yeah. In the distance, you could hear like pop, pop, pop or whatever. And then all of a sudden this bird just like, you hear people be like, rooster, rooster, get it. And, you know, I just turned off my safety, went up there, pop. And I was like, dang, I didn't get it. Like I thought for sure I hit it. And so but it flew over me and then all of a sudden it's flying for a little bit and then it just takes a nosedive pretty quick. And everyone's like, yeah, Brad! Oh!
You're like, guys, no, he just, I spooked him.
Yeah. I think he's hiding still.
He's just trying to hide from us.
I don't know.
The collar's making a different sound. He's trying to get away from the dog, I think.
And apparently, like, you know, the whole group of 15 of them, like, all saw me do this. I had no idea. I thought I was like, there's a bird. I'm supposed to shoot that thing, right?
I'm just blocking.
Yeah. And so people were so pumped. Stephen Chris Chapman called me Dead-Eye Danny. I was like,
oh yeah, could have been better.
I mean, it's a good, tagline on a chorus, but it's not my name.
It makes sense that Jeff wrote his songs.
Yeah.
Not the best with words.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, okay. You know my name's Brad, right? Okay, just checking.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And they, this was apparently, I don't remember what it, like there's some traditions, the first pheasant you kill, you're supposed to eat the heart. Not going to do that.
Dead-Eye Dahmer is what your nickname would be.
But they took the blood from the pheasant and smeared it on my cheeks.
How'd that feel?
Pretty freaking cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were like, are you kind of not like easily spooked by stuff? And I was like, no.
Not today, Steven.
All right. Then I call you. Yeah. Whatever.
They give you a name.
Saddle up your horses. I actually did say that to Stephen Church. I'm not even joking. There was one time we were like next to each other in a field and there was a pheasant that just popped up out of nowhere. I mean, it's crazy how well they can hide. It popped up out of nowhere. It went over Stephen Chris Chapman's head. He saw it. He turned around, which is like pretty.
That seems
difficult.
dangerous.
Whenever you see it, you can't just like fling it around. You got to see it, bring your gun back, turn around. So he was safe about it. Brought it back, turned around, popped it, and I just go, saddle up your horses, Steve. I called him Steve. I don't know if it was the right move or not, but I felt good about it.
If he's going Dead-Eye Danny for you, I think you're allowed Steve for him.
Yeah, you think so, right?
SCC.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Oh man, but it was just
Saddle up your horses, Steve.
it was so fun, dude. The whole thing, like, it's so fun to hit. Yeah, to shoot a gun and to hit birds. I don't know. The whole thing was just really fun.
Something about hitting a bird seems more humane than like taking the life of a deer or something.
Yeah.
Like I feel like birds, it's hard to tell like what's the family unit here. Where it's like deer, you could sometimes say like this is the mom and these are the kids.
Yeah.
That gets harder. But if you don't really know,
I think if you see a deer, I don't know about a deer. I think there's certain animals like if you know that it's the mom and there's babies around, you're not supposed to shoot them.
good for the culture.
Also, somebody was telling me this weekend like that if you shoot a deer and you don't kill it, it's like really inhumane to like let it like go around and like not die. You have to like follow it until you find it again and like get it out of its misery.
Okay.
And I'm like, but you're trying to kill it the first time. You know, it's inhumane. Like it's like really mean to that deer. It's like, I think the meanest thing you could do to that deer is just kill it.
Is go hunting.
Yeah. So I don't know. But
That is fascinating.
yeah, it was just a all around just amazing time. Yeah, I don't know. The coolest thing was that clay shooting. It was just so fun. We shot all these old guns at the end. We had a Tommy gun.
You hit him with the line? Yeah.
But my Tommy gun don't.
This gun is Tommy.
Is Tommy. Yeah, we did. I learned a few facts for you. We used the shotgun back from the Stagecoach days.
Ooh, hunting fact.
Hunting fact about shotguns. Back in the Stagecoach days, there would be somebody on the Stagecoach who would ride with the shotgun.
Oh, he's the gunner.
And if anybody ever, would try to steal what's on the Stagecoach, they would obviously defend it with the gun. And so that's where the term riding shotgun came from.
Whoa.
Fun fact.
Fun fact. I like the idea of back in the day too. They still had, certain rules of engagement in place. So it's like if someone comes and steals your Stagecoach and you shoot them and you only wound them, you need to make sure you finish the job.
Double tap.
All
Is that
right.
what they say on Zombieland? Double tap.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then another gun that we did it's called a buffalo gun. It was like it shot and killed more buffalo than any other gun back in the days where they shot buffalo.
Okay.
And
that is where we get the term airbag. Just other car things.
And that is where, yeah.
Seatbelt comes from that.
And I mean, it's a long distance gun. Like we shot a buffalo, like a target from
Yeah, that makes sense. You're not
200
shooting a
yards
buffalo
away.
up close. Probably.
Right.
Yeah.
And also I learned, sorry, quick aside. If you shot the, like, I don't know what the main like leader of the herd of buffalo, then all the other buffalo, no matter what, would just stay there. Like if it's kind of like the queen bee or something.
Oh yeah, elephants kind of do that too. I think
Really?
they're very loyal.
So
You're
if you shoot one, you could kill 700 or something like that because none
Wow.
of them will leave.
that is very queen
Pretty
bee
wild.
energy. Yeah, that's interesting.
But this gun was the brand was called Sharp, and so that's where the term
Sharper image
sharpshooter comes from.
because you were shooting a sharp.
Mm-hmm. And it's like a long distance gun, sharpshooter.
Sharpshooter.
Yep. I'm sure there's more facts, but those are the ones I remember. And those
It
are the ones I'm
is
sticking to.
Cool. I mean, it makes sense. It's always fascinating to learn, but it's like, yeah, I mean, everything we say comes from something.
Has an origin. Yeah,
Yeah.
of some sort. Right.
Riding shotgun.
Riding shotgun.
Stagecoach.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Stagecoach was the people. I don't know.
Gave up on that one pretty quick.
People that helped you.
Stagecoach. Nah, forget it.
Never mind.
Fun, dude.
Yeah,
I'm glad
it
you
was-
had so
it
much
was-
fun.
Altogether awesome. Hanging out with Stephen Kirsch Chapman and so many other good new friends.
Yeah.
Um,
Tell, what was the guy's name? The ghostie?
Scott Bass.
Oh, yeah. Skabass.
Yeah.
Scott Bass.
Listen
I
here,
mean,
Scott Bass.
Brad is convincing me. I'll come. Let's bring our
Dude,
friends. Let's
yeah,
come.
Yeah. So Scott, if you're listening, and I know you are because you're a loyal listener, last night we went and did a little birthday party shindig for me.
Yeah.
And at dinner, I was like, guys, it was so fun to go with people I don't even know. I can't imagine how much fun it would be to go with all of you.
And then we all got talking. We were like, Isaac's going to shoot somebody. Harrison's going to shoot something that's not even a pheasant.
Yeah.
Harrison's got, we don't see Harrison for an hour and he comes back with just like, like a small cow.
There-
Like, I got him. He
Yeah.
took every bullet, but I got him.
It was funny. Both days, when we first started going, there were deer that would run like out of the field.
That'd be tempting.
And obviously you're not supposed to shoot those for multiple reasons. One of them being it's on the ground and you could easily shoot somebody else. But like Yeah, can you imagine Harrison being like, whoa, what a deer. Boom.
Are you shooting? Maybe this is a dumb question. Are you shooting actual bullets? Like, do you need a bullet to kill a bird? Or are you shooting just like hard pellets?
It's a shotgun. And so it shoots, shotguns have like a spray to them.
Gotcha.
So they're like little BBs, I think, that hit them and kill them.
Cool.
Yeah.
So wait, BBs or like bullets?
Oh, I don't know. I guess
it'd be shells if it was a shotgun, but it's like a legitimate gun. You're not shooting like
a
pellet
legit
gun.
No.
Okay, it's a real shotgun.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Oh, it's so cool, dude.
Seems like
It's
a
so
lot
fun.
for a bird. Maybe they don't go down easy though. I've never messed with a pheasant.
I don't
Pheasant
know.
messing.
Yeah. It's awesome.
I trust they got a process in place. They
Uh-huh.
got dogs. They got
So-
collars.
I'm trying to think of anything else specifically that was awesome about it, but it was just amazing. Good food, good people, really, really good people. Like I can't stress enough how wonderfully welcoming everyone was. And it's just like Christian men gathering together just pumps me up so much. Like
Yeah.
there's nothing like it. Like I felt like I was like brothers with some of these guys after 2 days. And it's like, that you can't get that other places.
Blood will do that to you.
blood on the cheeks, baby.
Yeah, taking a life.
Mhm,
Will bond ya.
Band of brothers. So anyway, I'm a hunter now. That's who I am through and through.
That's you.
That's you.
You gonna stay in that? You getting warm?
I'm definitely taking it off.
Okay.
Yeah.
We might end up having an advertiser on this episode. So if we do, it's right now. We got a sponsor this episode. Always
yeah.
fun. And it comes from a listener and a fan of the podcast. The person who hit me up, her name is Emily. And the reason I know her is because I stayed in her basement when I was driving around in a limo the summer of 2018.
If you had a nickel for every time,
So shout out Emily for hitting us up. And shout out Emily for working with Angel Studios, who does The Chosen, the
Yes.
TV show.
Yeah, if you don't know what The Chosen is, it's a fan-supported 7-season episodic television series that creates an authentic and intimate picture of Jesus' life and ministry seen through the eyes of the people who knew him. Over the course of its first 2 seasons, the series has garnered praise from critics and fans alike for its historical and biblical accuracy, playful spirit, stirring drama, genuine humor, and disruptive impact. If you watched it, if you know it, you love it. I mean, truly, I haven't heard one person that's like, it was okay. It is so well done, so captivating. It's very, very good. And season 3 will air episodes 1 and 2 in theaters. Actually, if you're listening to this, it is out. It started releasing on November 18th.
Go see it's on the big screen.
On the big screen, the silver screen. And then episode 1 is going to be released in the app, the Angel Studios app, December 11th, with episodes released weekly.
So we will remind you guys when it gets closer as well. But for now, if you want to watch The Chosen, the new season, it's out in theaters. Go see if it's in a local theater near you. If you need to catch up and watch seasons 1 and 2, it's in the Angel Studios app. This show's massive. You've probably heard of it. It's the first ever multi-season show about Jesus. Episodes have been watched over 400 million times, and it's completely free to watch all the seasons. So
that seems too good to be
that's
true.
how Jesus would have wanted it, I think.
Absolutely.
Grace to
a
the
free
people.
gift from God, The Chosen, because it's talking about Jesus.
Exactly. So go check it out. Support the show. Thank you guys.
Love you guys.
Anyway, Brad, I was in Corpus Christi, Texas this past weekend.
Yeah, is that like real south?
It's almost Mexico. I mean, it's
like
about
on
as south as you can go.
There's ocean, right? In Corpus Christi?
Yeah, there's palm trees.
Really?
I loved it. Trey and Alan were kind of like, well, glad we're only in Corpus Christi 2 days. I was like, I love palm trees.
You know
I don't
what,
care where we're
guys?
at.
Yeah, come on.
I had a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got back into the car. Katie picked Trey and I up from the airport, and Katie's like, I wasn't. And Trey's like, you made a good decision to stay behind. I was like, I thought it was
Really?
awesome. I would spend way more time in Corpus Christi.
I mean, the body of Christ compels you, right?
Yeah, which it's easy to think it could be corpse of Christ because corpus, but not a conjugate apparently.
Not if you got a 34 in your ACT, my brother.
That's right. But anyway, a couple of fun stories from there. One, our opener was a little different than the people we normally open. Just objectively different. 1, woman. 2, Mexican.
Uh-huh.
Just kind of fun. Just like that's not. I feel like every time we get an opener, 90% of the time it's just like a white male. So it's like, oh, this is kind of fun. This
Have
is
you had
different.
other women before though? never
Once
heard-
in like Bridgeport, New Jersey, I think we had a
New
woman.
Jersey or Connecticut? Is there a Bridgeport, New Jersey?
Yeah, I'm getting those confused, aren't I?
Newport? No.
Doesn't matter.
Go
Somewhere
ahead.
in Northeast. I remember the exact. It was Vinny Brand's Comedy Club. I remember
Okay.
that one. Alyssa was our opener. Anyway, but so yeah, she
Was that the story?
of Vinny, like, you don't want her. She's real loud.
Yeah,
She's real
yeah.
loud as he has hearing aids, screaming at us. Yeah, it's a fun story. Anyway, but this her name's Irma, and
Irma.
yeah, what is the Latino spelling of Irma? I kept trying to picture.
IRMA?
That's what I was picturing, but I didn't know.
I bet. I'm not positive.
Doesn't matter. either way, she goes up there and does a very different brand of comedy than Trey and I do.
Like just
And-
brash.
Yeah. Very, very,
Yeah.
very.
Shock value high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it didn't go well for her. She was pretty disappointed, but she had, she was excited to get back out there, whatever. Later,
Oh yeah, because she has another show.
she's got 4 all weekend. You
Oh
know?
wow. Oh, she's the same one. Yeah.
Yeah, same opener all weekend.
Wow.
And so it was kind of interesting. It was just interesting. But
Was it like this? Yeah. Go ahead.
she was very kind to me, and I tried to be really like encouraging to her because she kept saying like, people. Can you believe what that guy told me right after I get done bombing? This guy has the nerve. Some guy who works at the comic club has the nerve to tell me it's just not your crowd. That bleeped me off. I shouldn't matter crowd to crowd. I should be good no matter what. And I was like, okay, well, I think there is value in. I was like, it took me a while to figure out a crowd like this. Like,
Sure.
I don't think I could go to a crowd of fill in the blank and just crush it.
Crowd of your people. You say you say that.
Of like your types.
No. People in Texas.
No, I didn't say anything specific.
Just like put your foot in your like. No, honestly,
No,
like
here's
like the
what
crowds
helps
I'm
me.
sure you're used to. Like I could never do that.
You know,
I don't go to the Catholic Church and just make jokes like you do.
yeah, that'd be funny. I'm trying to be so encouraging. You're just being so disparaging. It's like, look, I think you're gonna be fine. Like, I wouldn't expect you to like be friends with any of my friends, and
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be friends with any of your types. Okay. She's like, oh my gosh. No, but I'm trying to be really encouraging. And after she heard my set and she got to know me a little bit, and she had said very nice things about me and Rachel and all this, and so I thought we had some good rapport.
Was Rachel there?
No, but I just told her I was really engaged,
Yep.
told her a story, whatever. Anyway, the night takes a turn because when she goes back, so it had been me training out of the green room, and there's very limited seating. You've been in it before. They're so tiny.
Mhm.
And so my chair the whole night, she had sat in, totally fine, happy to stand,
Sure.
link my loops, no problem.
You are a stander, which
Yeah.
I always love that about you.
I'm a stander anyway.
Yeah.
Didn't matter. But when I get a pizza delivered to me, I'm like, I want to sit down in my seat. Not a problem again. She's gone. She's up performing. So I take her purse that was on her chair, and as delicately as possible, I move her purse from the chair just to the ground next to the chair.
Ooh. Was it
And,
Louis? Was it a nice purse?
No, it wasn't. I didn't even recognize like the brand
Okay.
on it. I think it's, for the most part, besides the point.
And I will say, just real quick, you are a delicate guy when it comes to stuff like that. Like when you
Rachel says that about me.
when you said that you put it down delicately, I firmly believe that is true. Like it's not like you're like, I was kind of careful when I put it down, or I didn't like throw it down on the ground. Like I guarantee you really truly were delicately putting it down.
I'm pretty sure Rachel said something like that to me like 2 nights ago.
Really?
Or something. Yeah. I feel like I move really quietly. I shut everything quietly. Just
Yes.
like nothing is ever loud or aggressive.
Yeah, you're never
Right.
like in a hurry.
Anyway, so I put it very delicately down. She gets back from off stage and from being on stage, and she kind of looks at the purse and she goes, "Don't you know I never put a Mexican lady's purse on the ground?" And I didn't know if it was a joke or not. And so I just kind of go like oh, I hadn't heard that one.
Oh, you're Mexican?
Oh, you're a lady?
Oh,
Oh, okay. And so I'm just kind of like trying to read the situation. I'm just like, oh, I hadn't heard that one. And Trey and Alan, it kind of gets their attention, and then they go back to talking. And then she comes over to me, takes her purse and puts it like on the armrest of the chair, and kind of like aggressively whispers to me, "Don't put my purse on the ground again." And I was like, okay.
Oh
All right.
my goodness.
Yeah, no problem.
And you were in this tight space with her for how much longer?
Yeah. I mean, like the rest of the night.
Oh, was that before Trey set?
Yes. So this was, she had, yeah.
Which is the longest part of the night.
Yeah, so it was like another hour together, and then the whole next night. So we're kind of all hanging out. It's like so awkward. I'm like, man, I don't know why that was such a big deal, but whatever. And then at the end of the night, she has to go back on stage after Trey's over to be like, hey, thank you guys for coming. She has to close out the night or whatever. And before she goes back on stage again, she tells me another time, "All right, I'll see you guys in a bit. I'm going to go on and close it out. Hey, Jake, don't put my purse on the ground." I was like, okay, got it. Jeez.
Did you respond that way?
No.
Yeah.
I was scared. Delicate and scared. I think I just blankly stared because I didn't want to say anything. I was just like,
yeah, because you could have been sarcastic. Right?
yeah, I just kind of soft smiled and stared. And anyway, I think I really, really offended her because then the next night She never came up to the green room the whole rest of the night. And then at the end of the night, of the last night, I get done with my set. I'm like, all right, my name is Jake Triplett. Thank you guys for coming up. Keep that applause going. Irma's coming back up to the stage. She'll be here. Keep the applause going. She'll be here in a second. She's quick. So if she's not here, she'll be here soon.
No way.
And there's someone kind of going, like walking down the aisle. I'm like, I think that's her. And that person was just going to the bathroom. I was like, oh, they're going to the bathroom. That's all right. Keep on going.
Keep the applause going for the bathroom person.
Hey, the bathroom person needs an applause too.
She's hydrated.
And I just go like, you know what? We don't need her. How about, hey,
We don't need her.
Who's excited to see Trey Kennedy? But I knew that Trey wasn't expecing that. So I'm trying to be so loud.
Right.
Like,
Trey,
that's right.
Trey's about to come out now.
Showtime.
Yeah.
And it was so funny because there's a little window up to the green room that you could see from the stage. It was interesting that they built that. But anyway, as I'm like trying to be like, and here he comes, keep it going. Like he is not coming out yet. I just see like a streak of like white just go through the window of Trey just like sprinting down. And so it was fine. But it was just like, yeah, she just didn't show up. Like I don't know what happened to her. I didn't see her again.
She the rest of the night?
Yeah, just never saw her again. She just bailed on the night. And the only thing I could think back to is, well, one, her comedy wasn't going well. But two, I put her purse on the ground.
No way.
Yeah, like a non-name brand purse.
Yeah, have you heard Catherine recently told me like she has a Louis Vuitton purse that's not even, it's like a very nice knockoff Louis Vuitton. Like I think I paid like $200 some for this knockoff.
Gotcha.
But like she told me one time that, I forget who it was, somebody in her life, like it was like, you never put Louis Vuitton on the ground or something like that.
Really?
But like I had never heard that. I didn't know that like, you know, putting a purse on especially when it's not like a super dingy place, right? Like was it like a nasty
hardwood floors
green room?
Yeah, no, it was a black purse, black flooring. Don't think he would have like known. I don't
right.
know.
Yeah, just
It was interesting.
I've
behavior.
never heard it be like a racial stereotype of like Mexican women really hate it.
Yeah, it wasn't like, don't you know not to put a Gucci purse on the ground? It was like, it's not about the purse, it's about me.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
A Mexican lady's purse.
She just bailed.
Yeah, it was fascinating. It was really interesting.
Did you get any insight from Trey or anything like that about it?
We haven't heard anything.
Okay.
And normally I wouldn't love to like dox anyone like that, but I feel like she didn't treat us well. So
She
it's
didn't
okay to
love you.
say
Yeah,
this
that's
story
fair.
objectively on a podcast.
Man. Well, okay. The rest of the weekend. Tell me.
Oh, it's great. We got to golf. I played well. There were palm trees.
Comedy wise
Went great.
Uh-huh.
I didn't try out a ton of new stuff. It was more just trying to like dial in and just focus on what I already have. And
Love it.
because I really want to do well in Des Moines.
Yeah.
You're going to be there. We're doing 7 sold out shows in Des Moines. My parents, Rachel's whole family, Isaac thinks he's going to drive up and come to it. Like it's just going to be
My
so
sisters
fun.
and brother-in-laws.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Catherine.
Alice?
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So I know the shows are going to go well, but I'm just trying to like make it as good as I can and hopefully focus on it the next few weeks or so. And
Dude, you did so well at Kansas City that one time.
thanks, dude.
Yeah, you nailed it. Yeah, it was so fun. So
Thanks. Yeah, I'm excited to keep it going. So
heck yeah.
the shows were awesome. It was fun to be back out there and just pop into Corpus Christi for just 4 shows in 2 nights.
It's too bad you were in Corpus Christi though. Like you would rather been to like South Padre Island or Galveston or something like that.
It was great. I have a friend who, one of the guys I went to New Zealand with, he lived in Corpus Christi straight out of college. And so I texted him and I was just like, what do I need to know about Corpus Christi? He doesn't live there anymore, but he gave me a massive, I need to send him a follow-up voice memo, but a very thorough list of everything Corpus Christi had. And I ended up getting to use a lot of it because I did some joke. I was like, Corpus Christi, so excited to see, the double-decker Whataburger. And they went nuts. And I was like, you guys are very proud of what you have here in Corpus Christi. And so then I kept trying to think back to Carter's list.
Uh-huh.
And I was just like, what else did he say on there? And so then next I was like, and of course, the largest aquarium in Texas. They go nuts. Hoop and holler.
Yeah.
And then
Barracudas.
And so I was like, and of course, the Selena statue. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Way better than Irma, am I right?
And then I said, of course, the Hooks games.
Hooks.
Oh, you got me. And then I was like, all right, one more. I was like, I can't remember anything else. Republicans. And then I go, yeah. Oh, yeah. Because that's what Carter would text me too. He's like, it's an oil and gas town. So he's like, it leans pretty far right.
Yeah.
And so I just went for that and they went nuts. I started a rally in Corpus Christi. So
awesome.
Yeah, actually, I think Carter listens to the podcast. I'm not going to send him a voice memo. Carter, there's your voice memo. You helped immensely. I got to use every single thing you wrote down for me.
Thanks, Kata.
Carter.
That's so fun. Yeah, it's because Corpus Christi is like one of those places that since it doesn't have like a pro sports team or something, you don't know the personality unless you're from somewhere like that, right? Like,
Yeah.
you know, like when you watch a football game, they usually show you like a B-roll of some famous, you know, steakhouse or something in the city. And so you're like, okay, I know that place has a steakhouse, but like you don't know anything like that for Corpus Christi. So I'm sure anything that you even like somewhat recognized for these people, they just, obviously ate it up. That makes sense. Fun. Like, yeah, heck yeah. This guy knows. This guy's one of us.
And now that you're talking about it, I need to really get some intel from Rachel for Des Moines.
Yes, dude.
I'll give you some too.
Please. Yeah, give me the beat.
You get some. Yeah. You get some.
The leftovers.
Yeah, some crumbs. But yeah, so that was...
I just take like everything you learn, like beforehand. I don't even make jokes about it. I'm just like, Des Moines, you know.
Okay. Yeah, you just start listing all the
Capital
things.
City, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's it.
I don't know what else. We don't have the list yet.
We don't know yet. We'll get there. So, anyway, that's fun times, dude.
Yeah, thanks. It's fun. Fun to get to perform.
Good. I have kind of had a little bit of a sour time since being back from the hunt because my kids are so sick. And
coincidence?
Maybe.
They missed their dad. That's their sickness.
I think like the worst night was when my birthday. So, and Catherine, like, she's like, we like set up a time for them to FaceTime me. And it looked like they were like just woken up from like a 16-hour slumber. They were like, happy birthday, Dad. You know, like the dead in the eyes kind of look. And I was like, oh. And Catherine was like putting on a brave face the whole time, but I could tell like she had a hard time. Luckily, my mother-in-law was there for most of the time I was gone.
Good.
Yeah, it's just another just reminder of like when people are sick, it is so like it's one of those things you just take for granted until you're not sick anymore,
totally.
Until you're not healthy anymore, and just all of a sudden it's like this is the most inconvenient thing. You know, when your kids are sick, you're just like you feel incapacitated. Like you're like all my plans today have just been foiled, you know, because of this. Like it's just hard. There's not much of a comedy aspect of this besides just like, yeah, I just felt bad. You feel bad, especially when it's your kids. It's like there's nothing they can do. Really, you know, Hattie, I guess this is kind of comedic or whatever. She just claims that she can blow her nose herself, but that she doesn't want to. And so last night, she and I, like Catherine slept downstairs and Hattie and I slept in our bed and she probably woke me up 15 times to blow her nose.
For you to blow it?
Yeah. And so I literally would like get up, like put my 2 fingers on both sides of her nose and then she would just blow. And it was just like, what are we doing here?
Blowing someone's nose feels a lot like tying someone else's shoes. It's like, I know how to do it when it's from my point of view. Yeah. I don't know how to blow your nose.
Yeah.
I don't know where to put my fingers.
Right. I don't know what about it is like hard for her. Or she doesn't like it or something.
I wonder if it feels weird in her ears.
I don't know, but she's still blowing her nose. Like she's still doing, I'm just holding the Kleenex.
That's true. Maybe it's just gross.
Yeah. I think part of it is that I think a few times she got kind of scarred by like blowing her nose and not doing a good enough job of like sealing it off. And so like, then I think the snot would like get on her, you know, mouth a little bit or something.
Yeah.
But man, she hates that so much. And so I'm like, but it's hard because you don't know how much like grace versus parenting, like sternness you should give. Cause it's like, oh, like in a normal day when you're feeling fine, I'm going to be like, sorry, Hattie, blow your nose yourself or yeah.
Go on the porch and blow a snot rocket.
Figure it out. Like, but when they're already sick, when they're already sleep deprived, it's like, do I really want to pick this battle? You know, like today, Bo was like, I don't want to eat my eggs. And I was like,
I'll eat the eggs.
Yeah, dude, give me those eggs. I'll take your eggs. You know, it's just so hard. It's really hard for Catherine. Catherine's way more like the stern one in the parenting relationship. Like I'm such a pushover. You know? I'll be like, okay, you don't really want to do that. It's fine, buddy. Like Catherine's like, no, they're doing this.
I'll eat the eggs. I'll blow your nose. I'll blow my nose.
I'll blow my nose. Yeah. Oh, dude. I think we've definitely talked about the Wendy before.
Yeah.
But I think have I also told you about the nose Frida?
Don't know about Nerita.
Dude, this one is a lot more common than the Wendy, and it is borderline torturous on children.
Is this the thing like from Patch Adams, like the little red ball thing?
It's, I think, like the next iteration of that.
That's for like babies, I think.
This is as well, or it can be. So it's like you literally, like we call it a snot sucker. Like literally, that's what it is.
Sharpshooter.
I mean, it's like it's a sharpshooter for nostrils. I mean, it has like this little thing. What's up, Scotty boy?
Scott's here.
Come on in. Scotty, you know about the nose Frida?
Yes.
All right, come on in. Let's talk about it. So it's basically like a siphon, like a gas siphon. I think we maybe have, but like we shove it up their nostril. It's for kids who can't blow their nose yet. So we shove it up Bo's nostril, and then like Catherine just sucks out And it makes it like it's like made to where it cannot get back into your,
Really?
mouth, obviously. But
She sucks out Bo snot.
sucks it out. Sucks it out.
Yeah, I feel like we have talked about this before, but I'm still shocked.
And I mean, I take, one of my paws and just grab both of his arms with it and kind of just like shove him down on his body.
3 points of contact.
And then the other one, I'm like holding his neck and he's like flailing around, crying, screaming. And Catherine's just like,
Borderline one of my least favorite moments as a parent is having to do that.
it's so sad.
Because I've been in both positions. I've done the sucking of the snot, and I've also done the restraining of the arms and legs.
I try to make it as like carefree as possible. Like, hey buddy, you got it, buddy. Yeah, buddy. And then eventually I'll have to be like, all right, Catherine, I think we got it. But Catherine's like, well, if we don't do it well enough, we need to do it more often. And I'm like, okay, then let's do it one more time.
Suck that thing.
Oh, it's so sad though, man. And like he'll see us like walking over with it and he'll just be like, no.
I just imagine Bo doing his little run.
Yeah. Bo came over today. We had a little cameo from Bo.
Yeah, I got to play with Bo.
That was pretty fun. The whole family came over.
Sit in the closet.
Ooh,
Ooh,
closet
that's
sit.
fun.
Closet sit.
We'll get there eventually, Scotty. Yeah,
on the floor in the
your
closet.
mic's not set up yet, so
Scott, big news though. I think we're going to get you a mic, a nice mic soon. And maybe a camera.
maybe a camera.
Maybe a camera.
Scott's popping and locking over there in the corner. I like the idea of Scott being in the corner. Maybe even like shut the door.
Sound
If he does something wrong, like we shut the door on him.
If you get less than 10% of the s'mores vote, next episode in the closet with the door shut.
Yeah, there you go.
Banishment closet. You think I can fit a lawn chair in there?
Sure.
If you want to, the lawn chair should be out there somewhere.
Anyway, nothing too crazy about the sick kids. Just if you know anybody that's sick, do something about it.
Do something.
I know that's like such a
Somebody do something.
somebody help. I mean, there's such like a micro to macro thing. It's like, yeah, there's lots of sick kids in this world that, I don't know, but it's like obviously an immediate family. If you see somebody that you hear they're sick, especially if they have kids, do something. I don't know. But then I'm thinking like, okay, there are kids out there that are sick every day. But I'm not thinking, whatever. Hanging out with Compassion International presidents too much, man, I tell you.
That's pretty funny.
Anyway.
That's your thing for the next 2 weeks. Every time you just have this caringness for the sick. Sorry, I was just hanging out with.
Sorry,
do you know
guys.
John? He's the CEO of Compassion International.
You guys know West Stafford? Yeah.
Dude, speaking of being sick, that reminded me. I think I've talked about it before in the podcast that I occasionally will kind of get these, dare I say, suffer from these high altitude migraines. And it hasn't happened in a really long time. And I had a brutal episode of it on the flight into Corpus Christi.
No way.
And so I was like, I'm going to like Google this thing. I feel like it's been a while since it's happened. Let me just see if there's,
Scott's in the closet.
let me just confirm what I think is happening again, because it'd been so long. And on one end, it was kind of fun. Like, how often do you Google something and you find exactly what you were like looking for? Someone had recently done a study on this exact thing, and it often happens.
He's a stand-up comedian.
Yeah.
Like-
Well, they took like 1,000 people who like basically like are able-bodied, healthy adults who fly often and like know what a headache feels like. Was
Sure.
like the study. And only 2 out of the 1,000 people get these. Because I thought it was like pretty rare. Like, oh yeah, if you're having like sinus issues, yeah, you could probably get a headache in the sky. You're going up 30,000 feet, whatever. Apparently this is more rare. But yeah, it was so great to find a study that someone had just done on it. And basically, as you go from high altitude to low altitude, as you're descending is when like your sinuses can like really just like flare up. They become very like inflamed, enlarged.
Okay.
And the article describes it as like very sharp, intense pain. And I would say bingo.
Okay. So yeah. And it
was like, this was the worst one ever. It was sensitive to even touch like my eyebrow area, like the front of like my nose and my eyes. It hurt to touch because normally I'll just like kind of rub on it. And it's just miserable until you land. And this time it was like, ooh, that one was a brutal one. Anyway, I say all this to say it did offer some like solutions. It was like you can take some sort of sodium, whatever thing. It was like, or you can just take nasal decongestant. And I was like, cool, never taken that. I'll do anything to help this
you're like,
not
we're on our
happening.
descent and you're like,
Yeah, so this reminded me perfectly.
Using the windy,
yeah, you're opposite of snot sucking. You're
sucking his own snot.
I'm asking like the woman next to me, hey,
Scott, you know the microphone's not plugged in.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, good for you.
Got him.
It's like I never used a ThinkPad before.
Pranked.
Anyway, so I get this first place I stop in at the airport. They had nasal decongestant, which this whole thing had been advertised to me as nasal spray. That's what I thought it was. It told me to take it whenever, like when you first land on the aircraft, or sorry, when you first like get on, like before you really take off, that's the best time to take it. And so I was like, great. And so I'm sitting there. It's a tiny little airplane. So there's only like the left side of the plane only has one row of seating, and I'm in the solo row. And the other side of the airplane has two. So it's a very small plane. You can't even stand upright. So it's very cramped. I feel like everyone is watching me.
That's like Migraine City, like that opportunity right there. Like a small plane, I feel like is like more likely to have something.
Just
like
more
happen.
higher pressure.
Yeah.
Anyway, I felt the pressure to like, well, first do like an unboxing in front of everyone. It's like, all right, let's get the nasal spray out or whatever.
Oh, you had an unbox?
And then, dude, just like having to like, I'm like reading the back of it, just trying like, what is going on here? And I feel like everyone is just already looking at me like, this idiot doesn't know how nasal spray works. And to top it off, I don't really know how to use it. So I'm just like keeping it upright and just like,
is it a squeezer or is it like a push down of a?
It was a squeezer. It was just like eye drops or any like liquid container. There was a hose in it. You know, kind of thing. Oh, I know that because I couldn't figure out the lid. Dude, it took me so long. I was like, this doesn't feel like the lid. And then I opened it all the way up. I was like, oh, that's too far. I did finally figure it out. And so I'm holding it upright. So I'm still standing up. And so I'm asking it to be shot up into me. I thought that's not too much to ask. It's nasal spray.
Yeah.
Nothing's going out. So I'm like, maybe I need to like tilt back. And so, dude, I tilt back. And I squirt that thing, and I felt it hit the back of my head.
Yeah,
it was a reverse bidet. It was going from top to bottom.
No way.
And I feel like it clanked off the back of my head and shot back out of my nose. It was just because it basically I do this, and I'm like, whoa! And then I shoot forward, and just all this nasal spray just is in my lap all of a sudden.
No way! It like literally did come out.
It really did like all come out. So I was like, whoa! I had to like shake it off.
You like. Yeah, just like the involuntary shakes.
You know when you like kind of land on your tailbone and it kind of like stings your whole body? Yeah, it was like that of the nose.
Just shot up. Yeah,
it just stung me.
Oh,
and
man.
So
I was picturing you doing like what Lloyd does with his breath spray on Dumb and Dumber.
Just
like somebody's sitting next to you and you like squirt the nasal spray.
I just
right
missed
in
my
their
nose.
face.
Yeah, just shot them. And so I'm like, okay, this is not much of a spray. This is just like a power washer, basically. Now I know.
Is that true? Okay, go ahead.
I mean, the one I got was, it says spray, but it is just a hose. And so I'm like, all right, we'll do a little less this time. And so I get it better the next time I spray it, which it was fascinating because all I'm doing is it's going through my nose, but I could taste it, which makes sense. They're all connected, but still fascinating.
Yeah.
It's like, I didn't put anything in my mouth. And so I get it, but still it's like, okay, I think it's like all in there. And then like, I'm like, I guess I'll like be done now. And then it still comes out of my nose again. I'm like, how do I get it?
It's probably
like,
suck it in.
I'm just like, yes, that's what I had to do. I would like squirt and then like, like I'm doing some sort of like cocaine.
Yeah, right. And you're in the row with only one person in it. So like, there's no one to shield you. There's no one to block you.
Yeah. It's just like, they got it was like, I'm at a small urinal and everyone just looks down on me.
Oh, wow.
And they see it. They see my little sprayer.
Jake's doing lines of nasal spray on his tray table.
Well, dude, I don't know how long this thing was supposed to last you, but I was all out after like one like thing of it, just because I kept wasting so much. So, but also I might not have wasted it because the second part of this story is that, dude, I don't know. So here's the pro. I did not get any kind of headache or migraine the next flight.
Okay.
Everything was good. Con, I was miserable to be around for, I ended up counting it 5 hours. So basically what this did is it just opened the floodgates. Dude, I was so snotty. It was unbelievable.
Well,
I mean, snot is just running down my face. I couldn't fall asleep because it was just like, I constantly had to sniffle.
And you had somebody else probably help you hold the Kleenex, right?
Dude, it was unbelievable. I don't know if I OD'd on nasal spray or if that's just what you should do.
You did.
But if that's how it is, next time I'm congested, I'm going to go to town. I mean, I've never had anything clear me out that way. I was like, I may not even need to go to the bathroom. Like there is nothing left in me.
That is all the liquid
The
I've
amount
ever
of snot that came out of me. Oh, it was unbelievable.
However many percent of your body is water, it's all out now. Right?
It's less now.
Yeah. Well, I think, you definitely sounded like you might have OD'd at some, because the bottle was out, but you said you lost a lot of it. But if you read all the back, a lot of those nasal sprays are like, do not use these for more than 2 days in a row because it's like addicting to your like body or something. Did you see that?
I only used it just the one time. I didn't use it for the flight home.
You didn't know that?
I didn't know that, no.
I think it's like certain ones, you can definitely have some sprays that people use every day for allergies and stuff, but other ones like decongestant ones, I think are like, don't use that too much. So yeah, good thing you're not flying, every day or anything.
Yeah.
It
So
almost sounds like a portable neti pot. Have you guys heard of the neti pot?
Oh yeah. Every time I've ever used one of those, it doesn't spray like super strongly. That's so interesting.
You gotta lay back.
I wonder if you
gotta tilt
changed like the setting on the, you know how like you can like, you know, when you have a spray bottle, yeah, you can like make it really,
yeah, like a
big
water hose,
mist
like went from shower to jet.
yeah, I think that's what, like when you were messing with it and like screwing it on and off and everything. I don't know.
Dude, it was just.
You went from mist to power wash.
Yeah, it was very interesting.
It was a small little bottle, so it was easy. Like one press of the thumb was like full pressure.
Oh, you got like a travel size or something.
Yeah, it was travel size.
Okay,
spray
now I
bottle.
don't feel as bad about you like using the whole thing. I was like, dude, I don't know about this.
Anyway, it was just a wild time using like nasal spray for the first time. I just felt like so dumb, but also like, wow, it worked. I didn't have the migraine, but at what cost? Because
Right.
I sniffled like the Dickens all day.
Yeah, man.
Sniffle like the Dickens.
Well, that's good. Yeah, I really don't have much else written down this week. We did go have a birthday party for me last night. It was my birthday on Sunday. Thank you for there were so many kind ghosties out there that wished me happy birthday. It's including one Facebook user who made an account called Santo Mac.
I think he just made an account to wish you happy birthday.
Yeah, it was very awesome. Like they had a montage, like a little collage of pictures of me and everything. So that was cool.
Kind ghosties. Imagine that.
Can you imagine it?
It's crazy.
Have the ghosties done anything for you this week yet, Scott?
Oh, have they ever? Ghosties they're doing their thing, man.
On like what, Facebook, YouTube?
Twitter.
On Instagram.com. Peck Family Pickleball.
There you go.
There it is.
Yeah. No, I was gonna mention this later, but yeah, thank you, ghosties. We've seen a lot of you flooding in to follow the Peck Family Pickleball page.
Yeah.
It's been so fun. There's a lot of fun stuff coming down the pipe.
Ooh,
Okay.
Coming down the pipe.
geez.
Yeah, it's been really exciting actually. We've partnered with a couple brands already, like the brand of paddle that we use.
Go ahead and say it.
Make it
What
make it
brand?
look easy.
Diadem.
Diadem.
I'm
Yeah.
sure you know.
Yeah, Diadem.
I'm a big Diadem fan.
And then Caged.
Ooh,
Cage
yeah.
supplements. We're an ambassador for Cage supplements, so we get like a little discount code we share with people and
Sure.
all the fun things. So,
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, if you
we're-
haven't followed yet, Peck Family Pickleball.
Scott last night, we were at Topgolf and he was just like, he pulled up his Instagram. He's like, I mean, look at all these people. They're all ghosties who have followed me.
Yeah.
So
it literally
thank you
it was
guys.
like
That's
it
cool.
was a couple finger flicks of
yeah, it was.
followers. Yeah.
He was not going slow.
One of them last night was also me. I
Yeah?
realized like everyone keeps talking, or like you would be like, yeah, I saw that post, and Rachel's like, yeah, I saw that. I'm like, how am I not seeing these? And then I realized I wasn't following it, so that's why I wasn't seeing
Now
it.
you're in.
Yeah, now I'm
Now he's
following.
in.
Now,
Now
I'm
he's
going to start seeing.
Yeah.
He's a PFP.
Yes. Pickleballer. Yeah. Anyway, birthday party last night was great. I don't know. Everything was fun about it. We all decided to bet on the KU basketball game together,
Yeah,
and that was electric. Came down to the wire, and
Grady
we won.
Dick.
We won we won most of our bets.
One more
So,
three.
it was fun.
It was great, man. Nothing but positive things to say. I don't think if we did anything like hilariously crazy or anything like that.
We just had fun.
What about
Good time.
dumping a bag of golf clubs on the
Oh my gosh!
hall stairs?
Selective memory. Oh yeah. Okay.
Glad Scott was here.
That's fair, Scotty. Yeah. I'm sure there's something really embarrassing like this that happened the hunting trip too that I just
You're
forgot
like, no,
about.
no, it's pretty
No.
normal. No,
I didn't shoot one of the dogs.
All the dogs
Thought it
made
was a
up
rooster. They were calling him Buster. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. So at Topgolf, like they do provide you with clubs, but if you're left-handed like me, you have to ask for them at the front desk. So I was like, "Hey, ma'am, can I please have some left-handed clubs?" She brings them to me, and we're all walking up to the upstairs where our bay is to go play. And like I said, I'm not a golfer. I don't play golf enough. But I've noticed anytime I have played golf, it's very awkward the way you have to carry your bag.
You haven't found
club
the
bag. No, I haven't.
the-
But I've noticed that I was like, oh, but I've seen like some people carry their bag, where the clubs are like in front of their body rather than behind, which is behind seems more intuitive to me, but front looks cool.
I think everyone carries them in the front.
No, not every. Well, I don't know. Somebody last night wasn't. I don't remember who. Maybe it was. I don't remember who it was. But you had yours in the front, and I was like, "That looks pretty cool. Jake looks cool." And so I fling it on my shoulder, and like kind of it's going forward, and it just. Luckily, I don't think any of you saw it, but like
We heard it.
Yeah, definitely heard it. I saw the back half.
you see like all of a sudden it's like, like sometimes when you're like you slip on ice and you're like, I'm gonna fall right now. I'm gonna try to keep myself up, and then it's all of a sudden just like, nope, just fall.
I'm going down.
It was one of those kind of moments where it was just like, oh, this is kind of tilted. Nope, they're gone, and all of a sudden,
Every golf club.
every single club. I mean, it just absolutely tips
bing,
over.
bing, 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 bing on these like metal stairs.
Jake and I were at the top of the stairs, and yeah, it was funny because the bag tips over, and there's like an initial flurry of like 4 clubs at once,
Mhm.
and then it was more of like a drip. It was like king, 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 and then king.
Yep.
King.
After a bunch of them fell, I just kind of decided I was going to make it funny and just like literally just like throw the bag off of me and be like, I don't know.
It was so funny because you're just standing there with a bag of 0 clubs, and then Harrison is like scrambling around, like trying to like
picked
recover
them all
them.
up and like carried them up. Like, so I only had like 2 clubs in my actual bag when I was actually walking up there. So anyway, if anybody wants to teach me how to hold a golf bag, that'd be awesome. I'm convinced that you're supposed to hold that bag backwards.
I bet there's a way we could teach you to hold golf clubs
You're probably right.
with the clubs in front.
Anyway, yeah, that was a good time. Thanks, Scott, for reminding me about that.
Speaking of Harrison, he is getting married this weekend.
Yeah.
He has been married by the time you're listening to this.
Wow.
Shout out Harrison.
Assuming everything goes through.
And as long as no one objects. Also, speaking of my roommates, here a few nights ago, I think it was the night I got back from Corpus Christi. I come back to the Promise House.
Snotty.
Rachel has a Christmas tree up for me. How fun is that? Great surprise.
10 out of 10 decoration.
Wonderfully decorated Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Then I go to the Olathe house and I get into the living room there, and Isaac and Spencer have not only cleaned the whole house, but have gone gangbusters with Christmas decor. They went and bought like a blow up Snoopy, a blow up Santa.
They went the blow up route, huh?
Yeah, they've got stockings hung. They got the fire on. They got garland. They got a wreath. They have a Christmas tree up. They have lights. Everything. There's like a new like end table for our sound bar. Isaac was even just like made something like that for us.
Wow.
And then so it was awesome. There's there's presents under the tree. It looked awesome. So I'm like, you guys, this is so cool. This is the coolest thing. We're talking for a little bit. And then at a certain point, I was like, hey, did I get like a big package? Because with Mood Swings, we signed like a apparel deal with Bad Birdie. And so they were going to send us, just their entire warehouse basically of clothing. They wanted us to have it all. So I was so excited.
Oh, sorry.
I was so excited to get all this golf gear. And so I was like, hey, did you guys see like a big like Bad Birdie box? And Isaac goes, check under the tree. And so,
I don't know. And he's just like staring at the tree.
Oh, it was so awesome. It was already so cool. And then to find out that, they had wrapped this big box of like just golf gear for me. And so then I just like opened it. It was awesome. And then I was like, what are the other presents? And like, other boxes you got. I was like, sweet.
That's
And so-
awesome. They were all like stuff for you.
But I wanted the other roommates hadn't seen it yet. So I left those 2 presents there. I wanted them to see the full effect.
That's
so I still haven't
amazing.
even opened those. I don't even know what's in them.
That's like vintage Isaac right there. Like,
Yeah, it was awesome.
Wow.
Just a good crew.
That is,
Good roommates.
what's Rachel going to do for you? You know, is she going to be that fun?
Well, she got a Christmas tree too.
Yeah, just the tree though. Didn't see any blow ups. Are these blow ups outside or inside?
Just in the living room.
How big are these blow ups?
Not that big.
Okay.
I'd say Snoopy is the size of a like German Shepherd.
Okay. No, nothing pheasant sized.
No.
Okay.
No.
Scott, if you had to guess, would you say pheasants are birds or varmints?
I would say birds.
Yes.
Fowl.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. Yep.
Okay.
Jake now says that, but
Oh, did you think they were varmints?
I don't know. Oh.
Oh.
I know they're birds now.
yes, true.
Birds of prey.
Scott, you got anything? Jake, you got anything else?
Some more it up.
You got anything, Scotty? Scott's checking his notes, taking forever.
Let's check the notes.
I got some ghosty shout outs at the end.
This is
Scott's in the closet. Yeah.
I figured out how that voice was going in.
Yeah. Sorry, Rachel just came in. And Scott snuck in without Rachel seeing, I guess. Scott's here.
I'm
Scott's
very
here.
sneaky, sir.
Scott's here.
One thing I've had in my notes for like a month now and haven't told you, there's a guy running for, or maybe the election's ended, but the guy running for presiding commissioner in like Platte County. Yeah, Scott Fricker.
Yeah. There were some great names in Missouri. Whenever we would go to the studio house in Gladstone, we would see Scott Fricker every time. I'd be like,
Scott Fricker.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just thought I saw that and I was like, wow, Brad would really appreciate
Yeah.
that.
What a Fricker.
Oh, Fricker.
Did you win?
I have no clue.
Good.
Frick.
Frickers always win. The only thing I had was just talking about Palmer's birthday party.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
Yeah, it was I've talked to you guys about it a little bit, but it was, as far as like kids' birthday parties go, it was pretty sweet. I mean, it was a lot to host in our house, but it was a blast. So Sam found this company that like rents teepees for sleepovers.
TPs for sleepies.
Yep, teepees for sleepies.
What is it actually called? Because that's a better name than whatever.
This
it's
one
really
is called. They were called like happy campers or something.
Oh, okay.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
I don't know.
TPs for sleepies though.
Yeah. But Palmer loves sleepovers, and so that's what she said she wanted to do. And then Sam found this teepee company,
Which one?
Happy Campers.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I heard of them.
Yeah, free advertising for them, I guess. But it was really cool because like we had to go pick up all the stuff and then set up all the teepees, and each girl got like an individual bed, had a teepee with like lights and like all these decorations, and Sam got them all sorts of little party favors and like a pajama dress and all these different things. And
Wow.
like the setup of it looked immaculate. It looked so cool. And one of the things that I got a kick out of was Bree Dowd posted something on her Instagram, and somebody like commented and was like, "That looks like a Kardashian birthday party." And I was like, I don't know how I feel about that. I was like, I don't know if we went a little too bougie.
That's a
for
great
Palmer.
backhanded compliment. Like,
Yeah, I was like,
Wow.
I don't know that I want to be compared.
This is
to-
so nice. It looks like one of the Clintons' birthdays.
that's like presidential status
You're
in
like, oh.
1996.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, your daughter's birthday party looks very polarizing. But no, it was a really cool setup. We have a little gym space in our basement. We turned that into
Flex.
like a dance party. And so it was like it literally looked like a nightclub at there.
Did
Like
you play some EDM?
what?
You play some EDM?
No, we let Palmer pick the playlist.
Oh.
She's really into the Macarena right now.
Oh, nice.
So we let off with that.
That's fun.
But yeah,
I would
we
have done some
had-
Pocahontas remixes for sure.
yeah.
In the teeps.
We had glow sticks and all sorts of like glow in the dark decorations and light up balloons, and it was pitch black in there, so it was like felt like I was back at Club Live in Miami. you
Oh,
know?
yeah, sure. One of your
Um,
favorite places.
yeah, but it was a really fun party. My biggest regret is not telling Palmer that was her actual birthday, because now we've had to explain to her for several days that her actual birthday is on a different day, and we will not be hosting that big of a party on her actual birthday.
Yeah.
So she's expecting everybody to come back and us to run that whole party back.
Yeah, you either have to do it after her birthday or on her birthday, I think.
Yeah, we really just from the beginning we should have just said, "Yep, Saturday's your birthday.
Yep.
Happy birthday,
Yeah,
honey."
just change it every year. Whatever fits your schedule is when her birthday is.
April 16th looks nice.
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
Palmer's birthday.
Really, I thought it was cold last
Yeah,
year.
your birthday is falling on a Saturday every year.
I like it.
But
That's
yeah,
fun.
it was a fun party. Sam did a really, really good job with all the decorations and everything. So it was fun. We missed Hattie. We had some sick Ellis's. But
Yeah, man.
Hattie
She
was on the invite list.
Well, Catherine said, I told you this last night, but Catherine's like, honestly, it's probably a good thing Hattie didn't go because they weren't going to spend the night. And she's like, she would have made me spend the night. You know, like there's no way we could have left.
Yeah, the Peck House has never slept so many guests as that night. We had
Wow.
a lot of folks at the house.
It's crazy, man.
Cool. You want to do s'mores and then
Yes.
for now? Cool. What is the final tally?
That's what I was just checking. It's hard for me to.
This is the closest one yet. I mean, every day I checked, Brad and I were within 5 votes
By
of each other.
far.
Scott Peckleball made a fourth quarter comeback. What?
No.
No.
You did make a comeback, but not.
It was very tight.
131 votes for Brad, 128 votes for Jake,
3 votes
Wow.
as
And
of the time
then-
of recording this.
112 votes for Scott,
Uh-huh.
including Scott Bass. Scott Bass voted for you.
Let's go, Scott Bass.
Oh, come on, Scott Bass.
Scots get each other's backs.
Scott-
Each other's bass.
Each other's bass.
Yeah. I
couldn't
got
even
your
get
bass, you
my-
bass, my bass.
I couldn't even get my wife to vote for me.
Well, had better answers.
Exactly. I think if anything, that's a testament to her integrity. Like she's not a favoritism kind of person. So, okay.
Wow.
So
Lost by 3.
Yeah. 3 votes.
That's gotta be
2%,
the
3 votes.
closest one, right?
Every vote counts.
Easily the closest one.
Yeah.
Easily.
Hey,
I
your-
mean,
your
by
vote counts.
the time you're reading this or listening to this, the poll might have changed.
Still counting.
Yeah, exactly. We'll count them for a while. But okay, so I get to choose the order and I get to choose the topic this week.
Ooh.
And we're doing the s'mores, the Mount Rushmore of Office characters. Thought you were about to sneeze. You were just yawning.
I was just shocked.
No,
Ah.
Office characters. We weren't planning on this. So I think I'm going to go. I'm going to go with the order of. I'm just going to keep the same order we've been doing. Scott, Jake, Brad.
Hmm.
We'll keep going. With
All
that.
right.
All right.
I'll trade you my second for your fourth.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting strategy.
I don't know.
Jake's trying to clear cap space.
I like the idea of trading a future s'mores pick.
If you give me the first round of today, I'll give you first round next week.
That's pretty fun. Okay, so just The Office, is one of our favorite shows in the world, all of ours, and so we're doing a s'mores about them. So Scott, go ahead.
Well, I don't think there's any way to kick off the Office character s'more than by picking Michael Gary Scott.
Yeah,
One of the most iconic characters in all of TV history. Some of literally the greatest one-liners of all time. I can't tell. I probably use a Michael Scott GIF every single day.
Really?
Oh yeah.
You have a go-to?
I love yeesh.
I like the thank you. Yeah, I like that one.
What about the one that goes, no?
Overdone. I don't use that one.
Overdone because it's so good.
I use I use yeesh. I use the thank you one, and then I use the one where he's in counseling with Toby and he just looks like he just has that blank stare.
I use the one a lot where he is I think it's whenever he hears Pam having the baby and he's just like, that one, he's just really happy, shocked.
When I got engaged, Joel Harney sent me the gif of Michael tackling Jim when he learns that they're engaged.
Yeah.
To be married?
That's fun.
I love going back and watching old episodes and just some of Michael's. My favorite quotes of Michael's are the ones that are unintentional, comedy. I'm trying to think of a good example. The other day I was watching the one where he's him and Dwight are plotting his fake suicide, where he's trying to jump off the building. Yeah. And earlier in the episode, he thinks that warehouse worker's name is Pudge, the lady.
Yeah.
She's like, no, it's Madge. But then later in the episode, he tells Dwight, he's like, I don't know, go have Padge do it.
Padge.
Or just his what is the word? When he says incalculable or stuff like that.
Slight errors.
Yeah, just slight misspoke words and things like that. Those are some of my favorite Michael Scott quotes.
Dude, I laughed hard out loud at our own podcast last week, listening back to it when Justin put in that soundbite of Evan Baxter from Bruce Almighty.
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
I laughed out loud so hard and I went back and listened to it again.
Yep.
I had never, just so funny, dude. Because it's funny, but then he went on and did it for another 4 seconds longer than you think he's going to. Yeah. And so it just cracked me up. Can we put it again? Is that okay?
Sure.
All right, Justin, please put it again.
Well, the man demanded that the achievable as a response to allegations. I'm sorry, I seem to have something stuck in my...
Great first pick, Scott.
Thank you.
We all saw it coming, and that's why you should
That's why he's the number one draft
pick.
Yeah.
Scott was going to be like, I'm a big Dumb and Dumber fan, so I'm going to pick Jim Carrey's cameo. It's 1-1.
Yep. It's an apple cider donut pick.
Yeah.
My first pick is going to be Dwight. I think he is a fascinating character. I don't know why we may not need to even talk about our picks. You guys know Dwight, it's just he is amazing. He had so much comedic elements to the show, and it just definitely would not be the same without Dwight. It's fun to think about the Dwights you see in real life. I remember I've worked with a few Dwights, and it makes it more fun to have that job when you see them as a Dwight rather than this annoying person.
Yeah.
It's I can have fun with this person.
You kind of sympathize with them to an extent because once I started working, having a real job, that's when The Office really took a next level for me. It was oh man, I get there are these characters in real
conference
life.
room meetings and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll go ahead. This is why I wanted the third pick because I really like this as a tandem. We got Jim Halpert and Pam Beesly.
Yeah.
Pam Beesly Halpert.
Really?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Pam Beesly.
Beesly. Yeah.
Okay.
Beesly. Oh yeah. I think in so many ways the show almost revolves around her.
No.
Yeah. Think about it.
No way.
Think about it.
Go on. Explain your
show
case.
does not revolve around Pam.
Well, yeah.
There's a couple episodes that do.
I think it's...
Explain your case. Go.
Yeah, okay. No, my synapses are not firing as well as they should be today. But I know that I'm right. I know that...
This is a take I've never heard from
really?
anyone. This show revolves around Pam?
Revolves might not be the right word, but I think she's like like ultimately like the most important character. How about that?
Oh, still disagree.
I think she's the glue that holds everything together.
No way.
Yes. Take Pam out of the equation. What happens?
Take Michael out of the equation and look what happened.
Yeah, the show ended.
Yes. Okay. Okay. But like Pam was the glue. Like Jim and Dwight would not be friends at the end of the series without Pam. Jim and Pam would not be married without Pam. I'm pretty sure. Michael would not like have found the most lovable characteristics of himself without Pam. Pam.
I don't know how you can know that.
Oh, I can.
Jim and Dwight wouldn't be friends without Pam?
No way.
I think that's definitely possible.
No way. Scott?
I think Michael can be lovable without Pam.
No way.
Totally.
Who's teaching him?
Pam has a ton of great qualities. She's still great.
Revolves.
But the show does not revolve around her. The show could,
I'm a hunter. I'm going to say Pam's my revolver. All right.
The show could definitely go on
Yeah.
without Pam.
Okay.
It's a great the love story of the first 4 seasons is great. It is
great.
awesome.
Yeah.
Couldn't do that without Pam. But I don't know if it's because of Pam's character. I think it's because everyone loves Jim so much that they love seeing him hopefully get the girl. Insert whoever as the girl. They want Jim to get the girl.
Karen Filippelli.
A Filippelli.
No one liked Karen Filippelli.
Oh, I didn't mind Karen.
Karen Filippelli.
Have you seen her from behind?
Pam or Karen from behind?
That's so funny. Kevin standing behind Karen. I forget what he says, but he basically like validates it while standing behind her.
Really?
Yeah, he's just like totally or something like that.
Oh, I think he just goes, I don't think, or I guess not. or
Oh,
something.
yeah. He's
something
like,
like
did he
that.
not see Karen from behind? I'm guessing not. That's what he says.
All right, those are my answers. So you're like you wouldn't have even picked Pam with your
She's not on my list.
not on your
Not on your
list.
list?
She's not on my list.
Oh my goodness!
Wow.
And it's not that I hate Pam or anything. I just don't think she's
Not
like,
on your list.
I don't think she's integral.
You're telling me you get the 10th pick of this thing. You're not picking Pam Beasley.
I don't have 10 people on my list, but
Okay.
yeah, Pam definitely cracks the top 10 as
Okay.
9th.
Yeah. All right.
Feels like you could have drafted Pam and then traded that for some serious value.
It seems like it.
You could have gotten like 3 picks for
Oh
Pam.
man.
That's fun to think about drafting a character and then trading them
I mean,
to have them on your list.
Brad only gets 1 schmore. He gets Pam.
Yeah, like,
You
is
get
it enough
Brad's
to carry
3
him?
other picks.
I mean, if the Office wouldn't be the Office without Pam. So you're telling me your premise is like it's Jim plus fill in the blank is the like love story. Like not
I think a
obviously-
lot of me feels that way. Of like,
Really?
yeah, and the way I watch the show anyway. I don't know if that's a widely like thought thing.
Oh, I
but
just feel like
when I was watching the show, I feel like you relate to the straight man, right? That's psychology. Everyone puts themselves in Jim's shoes.
Yeah.
Wow, this workplace is zany. I'm Jim. Wow, I want to see Jim succeed. I want to see Jim get the girl.
Yeah. I was so I don't know. I like him.
You had a thing for Pam. You can say it.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I never thought
With glasses on.
I had a little crush on Pam growing
Did you?
up. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember feeling that way. But I mean,
Oh.
like I remember like tearing up at the wedding, you know. I remember like being really excited when I found out she was pregnant, like things like that. Yeah, I'm a big fan. Yeah. So
Pam, Pam.
Pam. Yeah, anyway.
Pam,
All right.
Pam.
Second pick, Jakey.
All right, that's fine. Pam's nice. Second pick. This used to be my favorite Office character. Maybe it still is. I don't know. Creed Bratton. Fascinating. Just a great character. Mainly because I think to this day, no one really knows if he was playing a character. Because his name is Creed Bratton. He really
Yeah.
was in an old like 60s like
Grassroots.
like band. And he's just fascinating. I think that humor just really tickled me when I was first watching this show. I loved this just old man who was just so unaware. And I remember loving that quote, just like yeah, Pam described a distinct old man smell.
Yeah.
I know exactly what she's talking about.
Sprout mung beans
yeah,
in my
yeah.
desk at work.
Pretty healthy, but they smell like death. Just stuff like that. So funny. Not knowing the difference in an apple and a potato or whatever it
You
was.
seen a foot
Yeah.
with 4 toes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Or what?
yeah,
what
they'd
about
all have
that?
2 chairs, only 1 to go.
Yeah.
Just funny stuff like that. Like, I love the idea. I think that's how I write comedy too. Like, it's funny to me, like alluding to something that you don't even know what you're alluding to. But you know, like that's just funny.
Yeah. Like I don't get the joke. It's like no, there's no like
It's just
truly
he's weird.
sensical joke. It's just like it's just a funny
I
character.
have 2 chairs, only 1 to go. That's just funny to me.
As
So,
far as bang for your buck with like number of lines and quality of lines,
yeah.
it's like every line Creed delivers is pretty hilarious.
His money.
Yeah.
Good.
He shows up covered in blood on Halloween.
Yeah, what does he say? Like, thank goodness it's Halloween. Or it's Halloween today. It's so funny.
Yeah, they wrote that character very well. Scott?
Hey, Brad, will you beer me that pick?
Oh, also not on my list.
Not on your list.
I think just because
Because of the later seasons.
Yeah.
Scott's picking Andy Bernard.
I'm picking Andy Bernard. Yeah, he does have some. He gets pretty annoying towards the end.
That is really too bad.
It is a
Like,
bummer for the
It
show.
is. Yeah, they kind of made his character into, unlikable. But those first like 3 or 4 seasons that he's in are just he adds such a fun dynamic.
I
to the
really
cast.
like him then.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like those seasons like make up for the later.
His interactions with Jim are just so fun. Just so fun, dude.
Oh man, when he punches the wall, when he
Yeah, you can see Andy the aggressor, Andy the suck up, and then Andy just like the likable guy. You want him to get with Aaron.
most likable. I was gonna say most likable moment for Andy for me is the 12 Days of Christmas when he does the 12
Yes.
drummers drumming at the end, and he just starts going to town dancing with that thing. Justin, can we find that and put it in?
Yeah.
It's so funny. I mean, yeah, he's like, "Merry Christmas, Aaron. Take it away, boys." And he's like,
And he's like doing like the running man.
"Yes,
Yeah.
dude."
Merry Christmas, Aaron. Take it away, boys.
It's so good. Good pick, Scott.
Or Andy's play. Sweeney Todd.
Yeah, good. That's
Rachel
good.
had Comedy Central on the other night when I got into this house, and Comedy Central was playing a season 9 episode of The Office, and I got to see Andy at his worst, and I was like, "Whew, there's a reason I don't watch these
Yeah,
episodes."
It's tough. It's tough.
All right.
Right.
My my number 3 pick is going to be the one and only Kevin Malone.
Okay,
Okay.
There's
Love
just
Kevin.
something so lovable about Kevin, just a big old teddy bear.
Yeah.
He's also a lot of bang for buck on lines with Kevin.
Feel it, feel it, feel it.
I love that he's money with his jump shot too. That makes me
Yeah.
like Kevin too.
He's like, he's a real athlete. I think. Like he's
Yeah.
a good golfer.
Yeah,
Have you guys listened to the Spotify play or
oral
podcast?
history. Yeah,
So
good.
good.
Yeah, good amount.
It's funny when his character is like so dim-witted in the show, but like then you hear him talk in real life and you're like, oh yeah, he's just a totally normal guy, but he portrays such a goofy
Totally.
character.
He's very convincing that he was that intelligence level.
Yeah. Yeah.
Totally.
There's just his blank stare is also very solid.
Yeah.
Kev's great.
Okay.
All right,
This
this
where
one.
it gets the nitty gritty.
This one might lose me.
Oh,
this
here we
more.
go.
This might lose me this more, but I don't care. I'm being honest to myself. I want you to know that.
Karen, a Filippelli.
No, Nate.
Oh.
I think Nate is so funny.
Gum's gotten mintier. Hasn't it?
Yeah, he is so funny.
I don't even know Nate's last name.
I don't know if he
Nickerson.
has one.
Nickerson.
Nate Nickerson.
Yeah, I have characters.
He's in his
pulled up.
Nickerson.
Oh yeah, he's just great. I just love. I love that character. I think he's awesome. And yeah, I went. And, it wasn't that long ago that I went and looked at just like a Nate compilation on YouTube, and it's awesome. Just like his best moments
I
and
bet.
everything.
Yeah, he was pound for pound pretty great. What was do you remember the scene wherever Andy was the boss and he was talking to somebody else and Nate kept interrupting and being like, FYI or something like that. And
I can kind of remember what you're talking about.
do you remember like,
ThinkPad's looking it up.
The thing I think of with Nate when he's like, I don't have a hearing problem per se, and then he kind of explains it, which is a lot of noises, and then he brings it up again later in the episode. Like maybe Andy filled you in. I don't have a
think that's
hearing
what
problem.
it was maybe.
Yeah.
And he's like, and also FYI, like he thought he was so proud to say FYI. Oh, wow.
When he tells Pam, he's like, I wasn't here. She's like, what? It's a pretty common phrase. You want me to log it away for future use.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's very funny.
All right. My third pick. First it was Reej. It was Raj.
Real quick, while we're still on
Okay.
Nate.
Mister.
When Dwight hires him and he's talking in Nate's speaking
Oh,
Spanish. to
yeah.
Dwight.
Un bueno worker? Yeah, sí, un bueno worker. Donde are you from? La Philadelphia.
Yeah. Your accento. Yeah.
Your accent.
Before that, La Philadelphia.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Pablo
speak
English?
Yeah. Yeah, they speak English very well.
English, very good. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, that's so great.
That's a good pick, Jake. I like that.
I
pick.
love Nate.
I thought about him. Yeah, that's great. Okay, my third pick is gonna be my man on the keyboard, the man of soul. What are you laughing
What are
about?
you giggling out of the
You're laughing
closet?
about some more. Yeah,
I'm on a post. It's like 10 low-key hilarious Nate moments.
Keep him
And
coming.
there's the one where Dwight tells him his mom's dying.
the sound he makes when he hits the floor is
Your
so
mother
funny.
is dying.
Nate, your mom's dying. Oh man, yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
that's a
All right,
great
Brad.
pick.
The floor is yours.
Scott. All right, my pick. My pick is Daryl Philbin. Just
Mr. Rogers.
Mr. Rogers. Just
Bring that booty.
BTB. Yeah. Pigeons in the parking lot. Now that's a text. All that kind of stuff. Just I don't know, just a lovable guy and got some soul to him. Got some musical abilities similar to Andy. Yeah. Anyway, and I just think he was honestly. Here's a just transparent. I did not understand the Dink and Flicka. Like I didn't understand that was a joke that he would like play on Michael.
Oh.
I thought he was like genuinely telling Michael like, here's a cool like black phrase. And so in high school, I had some black friends and I said Dink and Flicka to them. That's completely true. Like
I got nervous when you started this. I thought you were going to say, I didn't realize that Dink and Flicka like meant what it meant. And I was like, oh no. Did I
No.
think it meant nothing
no,
this
I
whole
don't.
time?
It was Jacob Grote. Remember Jacob Grote? Like, and I was like, hey man, Dink and Flicka. And he's like, yeah. He like acknowledged. He didn't like.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then I watched it later. I was like, oh, I think he was messing with Michael right there. And then fourth and final pick for me is Aaron Hannon.
Oh, okay.
The,
Missouri's own.
That's right.
She's from Missouri?
Big time.
Actually, I didn't know that. I
Where
knew
at?
that her
and
she's
Pam-
Ellie Kemper, so Kemper Arena. She's one of
Yeah.
those family members.
She's got roots in Kansas City, but her and Pam are both from St. Louis.
Really?
Yuck! What have I done?
Wait, she's not really part of the Kemper Arena
Yeah,
family.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That's her grandpa.
Wow.
There you go,
Did
Scott.
not know that.
Yeah, now you
Missouri.
know.
You're welcome.
Not Kansas,
So
Brad.
Brad's got a Missouri team.
Yikes!
He's got a Missouri
Yikes! Guys,
team.
don't vote for me. No, I'm just kidding. No, she's so funny. Kind of in the same sense of like just wild, random humor, kind of like Creed. Not exactly, but like
The
nonsensical.
unpredictability of her and
Yeah.
Creed is similar.
I'm sorry. Is she just like a good cook or something?
I don't see it.
Or just like the thing that Catherine and I quote so much is when she goes, it's a Halloween and Robert California brings his son, and she just for whatever reason like raises her voice like 1.25%, times, and she just goes, "Birdie boy, would you like to play?" and the way that she delivers that, the way that she delivers,
What else you got?
what else you got? Or when they're singing the Party in the USA, Dunder Mifflin is a part of Sabre. The way that they're like, actually it's Sabre, and she tries to re-sing it as like, but the way she like sings it like overly perfect, like Dunder Mifflin is a part of Sabre. I don't know, like so many little things like that. Just very lovable. Honestly, just feel bad for her near the end because she gets, whatever, just mistreated by Andy so much.
Spoiler.
But Aaron Hannon in the show, not Ellie Kemper from St. Louis, is my pick. Okay. I want to be clear.
Okay, I'm down to 2 here. I'm gonna go with Gabe. Actually,
What?
yeah.
No way.
Oh, Gabe's hilarious.
Oh, I did
You've
not
seen all
like
those
Gabe.
like blooper reels? Gabe is like consistently making other people laugh.
Really?
He is like a very, very funny like comedic actor. And I know we're not voting on the actors themselves, but I do think like if you look at his character through the lens of like comedy, it's like he does do a great job of
Yeah.
just like being funny and playing his role. And yeah, I didn't like him a ton when I like first watched it through, but I feel like now it's like that is a great character.
Yeah.
And I think he does a great job just being this like praying mantis of a human that no one really wants around, but he has to insert himself in places. And
Okay, for the record, those last 2 things make it seem awkward that I'm going to like compare these 2 people. And I don't feel like I don't think I want him around and whatever, but Derek, our videographer for Jean Shorts,
Oh, yeah.
reminds me of Gabe sometimes.
they do kind of look alike.
look
and,
alike,
like, soft
kind of,
spoken.
talk, similarly. And yeah, anyway.
That's a good comparison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Derek's lovable.
Forget that I said you don't want him around. Not
Yes,
that part.
the praying
Before I
mantis
said
part,
that,
though.
the praying mantis.
I'll go ahead and let him own that one.
Yeah, so obviously Gabe wouldn't be in my top 4 if I only had, if I was doing this draft by myself.
Right.
But, we're on pick 11. So, I would choose Gabe.
Good. All right, Scott.
All right.
Final
I don't know
pick.
how you guys are going to feel about this pick. We'll see. My final pick is D'Angelo Vickers.
Okay.
Oh.
I was between him and Gabe.
I don't
just
hate
now.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you mean like we're not going to like it?
I didn't know if you guys would like it. I didn't know. I think that the episodes that he's on while Michael's still there, the dynamic between Will Ferrell and Steve Carell is so good.
Yeah.
So especially like the Dundies when he's
The Dundies! The Dundies! Yeah.
and then when he's what are they doing when he's laying on the floor with the headphones on?
Me moo. Yeah. He's like trying to do like the King's Speech kind of thing where it's like drown it out so you get rid of your, stutter or something.
They're the two that do the 1, 2, 3. It's showtime, right?
Yeah.
For the
1,
Dundies.
2, 3. It's
Yeah, because
showtime.
Will Ferrell's so nervous.
Oh, yes.
I think one of my my favorite D'Angelo Vickers moment, one of my favorite moments on the show is the invisible juggling act
Oh, yeah.
performed to Evanescence.
You trust me,
Bring
Phyllis?
to life. Phyllis, hold your head still.
Give it for Phyllis. Give it. Big hand for Phyllis.
I think that's such a funny sketch that he's
Yeah.
pretending to be a professional juggler. He's like, I don't have any more balls to juggle.
Yeah.
So he just does his whole act.
I never mess with another man's parabola. It's like, it's like throw him some other. He avoids
He
it.
dodges them. That is pretty funny.
Catherine doesn't think Will Ferrell's funny, and I don't know how.
A lot of people didn't really like him on the show,
Oh,
especially
man.
in the time. But I remember thinking, this is my favorite actor joining my favorite show.
Right.
This is awesome.
It was too good to be true.
I remember when I heard the rumor that he was going to replace Michael, and I was like, that's going to be
That's
pretty
not
fun.
so bad.
Yeah,
And
it's
then
not so bad.
only did 4 episodes. And he did have kind of some bad qualities. His character did. You know, I feel like he was kind of like,
But so many quotable things.
yeah, he did a lot with 4 episodes.
That baby could be on the front cover. What does he say?
Babies I don't care about.
Don't care about.
Yeah.
Oh
So
man!
what
Or
his-
he's like shooting the basketball, like complaining about. It's like this thing's a ripoff or something. Like
oh yeah.
put a little English on it. All these different things. Oh man!
Yeah. Good last pick.
Good last pick.
It's gonna be a close one again this week.
Yeah. We'll see.
You guys just need to decide who the show revolves around. Really, that's what it comes down to.
Back me up, Ghosties. Back me up if you
A
want to back me up.
Missourian or someone else? Who does it revolve around?
Wow.
She's from Scranton. In the show.
Look at Jake just twisting that knife inside right now.
I'm just glad I remembered she's from Missouri. That's okay.
Dang.
Just twist the knife,
Well,
baby.
all right.
All right. Do you want to recap them or you want to just move on?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I know you like to recap.
Yeah, I do.
I'll
I'm
let
so
you
sorry.
recap if you want to recap.
Yeah, so we got Scott saying Michael Scott, Andy Bernard, Kevin Malone, D'Angelo Vickers. Jake said Dwight K. Schrute, Creed Bratton, Nate Nickerson, Gabe Lewis. Your pick, those 4 guys together are like the weirdest.
Yeah, they are. They're
Like
the weirdest
imagine
ones.
just those 4. I mean, that's a yeah. Then I got Jim Halpert, Pam Beasley, Daryl Philbin, Aaron Hannon. So cast your votes, Facebook group. We always appreciate you guys getting into it.
I love that Facebook group. I was
Me
thinking about it
too.
yesterday. I was like, man, like I could see, like if I was just starting a podcast, I would look at our Facebook group and be like, man, that's what I want someday. Like
Yeah.
a group of people in tune with every episode. They vote on things. They're making memes for things. Like I
It's-
feel like we've
yeah.
already succeeded. It's like we've already reached the mountaintop with this
Yeah.
Facebook group. What more do we need?
Oh yeah,
It's so awesome. I appreciate you guys.
the combination of Facebook group and the YouTube comments are just so much fun to read every week.
and the
so.
reviews.
Yes.
Yeah.
What did that guy say last week? I guess he just said.
The waiter. Yeah. What do
yeah.
you think I should get?
People really gave it up for Grapefruit Bruce Slay last
Bruce
week.
Slay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great for Bruce Slay.
My review of the week says life is too short to stay angry, to judge others, or to discount joy. Boom. Thanks for reminding me of this, y'all. I'm so thankful for y'all's infectiously joyful spirit and happy hearts. Y'all inspire me to live my life with more laughter and love. The end. That was great. That was beautifully said. Only needed 3 sentences. Amy from Delaware. Great username. We appreciate you, Amy. Very
Yes.
well said. I'm glad we're able to affect you in that way.
Yes, thank you, Amy. Mine's coming from the CJ Conger, my favorite podcast. And then it says actually, and then I don't know what the rest says, but it says this podcast is not just. Do you know what it says?
I don't know. I'm confused.
Oh,
That's just the title.
yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, why can you not see the rest?
No, I can see the rest.
Got it.
This podcast is not just funny, but it's clean and encouraging, very entertaining. My favorite podcast to listen to on Monday mornings. Wish I would have found it sooner. Trying to listen through all the old episodes and really enjoying being reminded of what 2019, 2020, and 2021 was like. Also, I'm a guy, just so Jake doesn't assume I'm a girl like he does with every other review. Well,
Play the numbers.
I mean, the girl was named Amy. So, right? Yeah, Amy from Delaware.
Amy from Delaware.
Cool.
Good review. Thank you, man.
Oh, I need some headphones, don't I?
They're up here. I think you got to plug them in. While Brad is plugging in his headphones, just a little sneak preview. Some things might be a changing.
Things they are changing.
Not a ton for you guys, but I think you guys will just be happy for Brad and I. There's your hint. You guys are going to be happy for Brad and I.
I can't wait to hear
And
about
Scott also doesn't know because this all went down today since we saw you last night.
Lego.
And also some things might change with the Belize trip. But that's something else. That's separate. We probably not going to Belize anymore. But like you guys
Okay. We're actually going to South Dakota.
Yeah. Going on a hunting trip.
Don't tempt me.
Like,
I don't want to
I am so in, dude.
I will go hunting with people I know. I'm not going to like invite fans to have guns near me.
Okay.
So I wanted to roll.
All right. Ross Farrens. Shout out to him for this jingle.
Love
sorry,
Ross.
I didn't.
Brad, would you like to end this episode with the jingle?
Yes, I would.
Okay. I'm going to start this and then I'm going to close the door because I think Rachel has friends coming over.
Fun.
How's it sounding?
Good.
Good? Oh, yeah,
Hey,
thank
Rachel.
you. Jingle time. That was just such great timing. Rachel's got friends coming over to this house for like the first time. And like their first 5 minutes here, I was like, what is going on?
That's my fiance. And his
Well, the guy who bought the ring.
legally, I think that makes him my. I don't know how that works here.
Yeah, Brad, great job. Scott, thank you for joining. I got to give some ghosty shout outs to some ghosties who came to the Corpus Christi shows.
Good.
Elizabeth Virgil, like
Oh,
flew
wow.
all the way to, I think, Houston, then drove 4 hours just to come to a show. She had Sheltered Kid merch. She had Mood Swing merch.
Awesome.
I didn't get to see her after the show. I felt really bad, but ran into her in the parking lot. Got to
Heck
chat
yeah.
with her for a little bit. She
Awesome.
was amazing.
She
got
was
to
awesome.
see someone else who was also at F12. And I recognized them. I was like, you guys were at the San Antonio show. And it's Kristen. If any of you remember her and her like friends. Well, you weren't at San Antonio.
Jerk.
Yeah, but Jerk. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
sure.
at F12.
Absolutely. They made their own shirts.
Yes.
Texas like ghosty shirts.
Very fun, very thoughtful people. They got Rachel and I each like a prayer book for each
cool.
other for this
Wow.
like period
Oh,
of
that one
engagement.
on the table over here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
They were awesome. Ghosties are awesome. And then, someone else emailed me and wanted, and they were a ghostie. So I said, hey, or she was like, hey, I want to come, but there's no more tickets. Is there any way we can make it in? And I said, sure. And then she gave me like 100 Chick-fil-A gift cards.
No way.
So
No way.
that worked out.
Hot dog.
No way.
Hot-
Chick-fil-A. No
Hot
way.
poultry's dogs.
Cousin to the pheasant.
Pheasant
Filet.
nuggets. This pheasant, yeah.
This pheasant.
This pheasant tastes like chicken. Oh man. Well, can I show this video? Never. It's too late. Never.
Next time.
Next time. Let's just say my kids are all about that voice.
Oh,
They were all
good.
doing it in the kitchen together.
Oh,
Fun.
I can't wait to see that.
Yeah, it's
impression.
great.
Thank you
on
for
Patreon.
listening. Vote on the s'mores. Scott, thanks for joining. Check out his Instagram account and big announcement coming soon from
Big news, baby.
from Brad and Jake.
Come on. It's an exciting time to be a ghostie. We'll just say it. We'll just say it. Hey, we'll just say it.
Hey!
Hey! We'll just say it. Have a great week, everybody. Be kind to people that are new to a situation and help out the sick
And the sick. The
Yeah.
sick
And the
kids.
needy.
and the needy.
And the orphans.
Sick or needy. Don't you forget it. Love you guys.
See ya.
Ghostrunners podcast. Everybody.